All right, doing my podcast, man, you guys were asking me a lot about my personal life, and it kind of gave me an idea for this series that I'm about to do, called Almost Got It. And it's basically just going to talk about me trying to lose my virginity and self-explanatory, almost getting it. So I'm just going to hop right into it. It was this girl named Kiwana in our neighborhood. Everybody was messing with her except for me. I was 13 trying to lose my virginity. It was a struggle out there, y'all, but I was still trying. It just wasn't happening. So I started talking to her, like everybody else in the neighborhood had anyway. Everybody was getting with her. I said, I figure I'm gonna try my luck. So we was talking, and then she told me one day, like, yo, why don't you come over after my mom leaves? So I'm just like, yeah, for sure. Trying to play it cool, trying to be smooth. But, high key, I was excited. Like, I was like, yeah, it's about to go down, finally. But I'm only 13 talking about, yeah, it's finally about to go down. But anyway, so I go over her house after her mom leaves one day. We just kissing. This is we going, like, the most I ever done with a chick. We kissing, touching everything. And, like, I hadn't seen nothing outside of this other than, like what you see on TV or like porn or something. So I'm just like, yeah, it's about to go down. So he's like, let's go upstairs. So we go upstairs, it get even more intense. Like, she starts taking her clothes off. I start taking mine off. And I'm thinking like, yo, this really about to happen. So I start getting nervous. Then she was just chill. Like she knew what to do already, because clearly she had done it a few times. So I started taking my clothes off. Like, she gets all the way down to like her bra and her panties, and then her mom comes in the house. Like, you hear her mama slam the door, and she starts talking. Now, her mom is crazy. Like, everybody had that crazy mom in the neighborhood, and this was her mama. Like, didn't no boys talk to her. She wasn't allowed to hang out with no boys at the park. Nothing. Like, her mama had to come to the park with her. She had to sit on the porch so her mama can watch her. And whenever her mama would leave, she would go wild. So I'm sitting there like, damn, like, I was really about to get the butt, and then her mom comes home. So, like, what am I about to do? Like, is she gonna leave again? She's like, yo, she might just leave. She might have forgot something. So I'm like, all right, for sure. So I just sit there. Her mama don't leave. It goes on an hour. She comes back upstairs, and she's like, yo, you gotta hide. So she lifts up her mattress, and she's like, hide behind the mattress. Now, mind you, the girl has a closet in her room, but for some reason she tells me to hide behind her mattress. So like another 30 minutes go by, and her mama's still there. So I'm just like, okay, like, I gotta get out of here. I start putting my clothes back on. I don't know why I sat there for like an hour and a half without my clothes on. So I put my clothes on, open up her window. Her window is like on the second floor, but in those buildings, that the second floor is really like the third floor. So I'm up there bugging. I'm scared of heights, and I'm like, yo, how am I gonna get out of here? And she's like, well, you can sneak out through the kitchen window, and that's like kind of like really like the second floor. And I'm like, yo, I will have to go past your mom. If I get caught up in there, like, your mom crazy. I ain't trying to get shanked up in the house, because your mom nuts. Like, her mom was really crazy. So I'm thinking, like, I take her screen window out, and I hang my feet out the window, and I see people in the neighborhood like looking at me, like kind of laughing, like, yo, like, what is he doing? Why he got his feet out the window? Is he about to jump? So I just hop back in, like, nah, I'm scared of heights, man. I'm not about to take that L. I might fall out and break my legs or something. So I'm just sitting there thinking, like, yo, like, what am I gonna do? Like, then I think to myself, like, yo, this her mama, this her house. She gonna get in trouble. Like, I ain't getting in trouble. So I started to walk out the door. I got my chest poked out, and then I grabbed the doorknob, and I just hesitate, like, yo, like, her mom crazy. Like, I remember her mom was crazy, so I chilled out. I'm like, yo, let me go back over by this window. I'm more scared of her mama than I'm scared of heights. So I hop out the window. I jumped into the bush, and my knees hit my nose. I'm thinking, like, damn, my nose broke. It was hurting like crazy. And I checked my nose started bleeding, but it wasn't broke. Like, I'm checking my legs, make sure ain't nothing broke. Like, I'm good, man. I hop up, shake off my little Hawaiian shirt I had on, because the little Hawaiian shirts was popping in. And then I didn't even say nothing. They was popping. But then I walk down the block, and the homies come walking like, yo, did you do it? And of course I lie. Like, oh yeah, man, I did it twice. And they like, oh, what'd you do? What you do? And, I'm just making up stuff. And then I hear her mama yelling down the street, and she come down the street like punching her daughter in the back and in the chest. And she like, yo, don't ever come to my house. I knew you was in there. Everybody told me, like, I don't know what you talking about. I wasn't there, blah, blah, blah. So then we arguing for like a good 5 minutes. Then her mama take her back to the house, drag her by her hair, and then she's yelling at her on the porch, and then she kicks her down the stairs, like Spartan kicked her ass. Spartan kicked her down the stairs, and then, you know, I'm just sitting there laughing, you know, thinking like, oh shit, like I'm gonna get in trouble. But my mom didn't say nothing. She knew what was good. And that girl was just getting her ass whooped. We ain't see her for like a good month after that. Then she finally came back outside. But yeah, man. So I don't know, man. That's what happened. I thought I was finally gonna get the butt. Didn't happen. Never happened. It took a while before it finally happened. I don't want to say it never happened, but it took a while before it finally happened. I didn't end up getting it from her though. But you know, as this commentary goes on, you know, I get to different parts, man. Y'all gonna finally figure out how it happened. But if you watch my streams, you already know how it happened. But yeah, man, I was crazy for jumping out that window. I should have never did that. But that's the end of the commentary. I definitely want to thank y'all for watching and, you know, listening to this crazy story. It's some Titanfall gameplay. You know, y'all see me low-key beasting a little bit, but I think I'll finish that gameplay like 13-4 or something like that, 16-4, something like that. At the end of this commentary, I want to thank everybody that's been supporting me on Twitch, you know, because that's where I started from, you know. So I just want to thank everybody for supporting me for real and constantly watching, and thank Astro Gaming for, you know, giving me a partnership with them. Who else? Just everybody, my mods, Blind and JBL for, you know, working with me, you know, helping the channel grow, and you know, my family and my wife for, you know, just supporting me, even though she's probably not gonna want to hear about this, but you know, it is what it is. Thank y'all for watching, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. There will be another video out soon, man. Appreciate y'all watching.